here. Start right here. What if you need a partner, not necessarily money, but more of a strategic partner? Money's always good, but aligning yourself with more somebody who's already done this before.
What type of partner are you talking about? You're talking about founder, co-founder, do we have a company or?
It's more of the, we haven't raised money, we've done it all ourselves and we're already up and running, but we want to go to the next level. We've already done $7 million of sale. Now we want to align and go into more of a.
Just keep selling. You several $1 million of sales, don't raise money. Just keep selling.
I just want to say this. So I have a lawyer friend, and one of his great conversation pieces is what happens when partners fall out of love with each other. So I just want to point out to you, and I mean, love it. You really got to pick your partners carefully, and it's a big responsibility, and you've got to structure them properly. Okay, so you have a good exit. But what I would suggest is that we're in an interesting time right now, and that is, thanks to not thanks to the economy, there are a lot of gray-haired executives that lost their jobs, who have tremendous experience, amazing experience. And I have a great little story to tell you about this. And those folks are around. If you can figure out how to tap them, they don't have to become partners. But believe me, they can really help you. I'll give you an example. Brian is the first investor in Pinterest. But a few years ago, there was a company that could have been Pinterest, and it's called Pixable. They just sold. So I have a little story about this, and they actually were part of our, we do events and we do workshops. We don't run about workshops. We brought in these gray-haired executives, and we had them give advice to these young guys. And one of these guys had worked at Kodak, and he told the Pinterest guys that their business was all about a female audience. That these were 4 engineers from MIT, and they weren't that interested. And so Pixable became this thing for guys to get pictures, interesting pictures out of the Facebook. Pixable became something that women really liked. And the difference is $26 million it sold for versus Pinterest is worth about $2 billion. So here was a guy from Kodak who knew what the business was all about. He knew nothing about Facebook, but he knew what the photography business was all about. And they didn't want to tap him because he was just too old and spent too many years at Kodak. And so I'm saying to you, if you can look at these folks that are kicking around, you can have them as advisors, you can take one as minority partners, and oftentimes they have money. If you can figure out how to tap them, they can really help you. They're a resource that's once in a lifetime resource that's available.
Yeah, let me change your question. You're all here to learn, right? So I started a new company, I've done this a lot. I think about the exit all the time. I think about if you're building a company, I'm building it because there's some strategic. I want to tell them that I'm building a company that they would love to be a part of, okay? So when I started my company, Logit, I went to all the wire services. And I said, I'm building a company, and you would love to build it, you can't. But I need you to be my strategic partner. I want you to work with me, because I think in the end, I'm going to build a business, and you're going to work with me, and you're going to buy me. Right? So if you're looking for a strategic, my recommendation, keep it simple. Make sure there's somebody who has the opportunity of potentially acquiring you, or working towards some level of support for that acquisition. Because they're going to want to have some kind of relationship in the end result.
Is that something that the VC community does, or is it investment banking hiring a sell-side person to go that
I mean, the
way?
investment banking community is starting to get into this side of the world because that's what they specialize in, and they're far and few between, but they don't specialize in the early stage. Some are trying to because it's cool, a bunch of Hollywood angel types.
And can you just quantify early stage? Is it based on time, or is it based on revenue, or both?
Your first money. You're just getting the door open. You just build a prototype, and getting the first money to help you get the product out into the marketplace.
Okay.
It's a whole area.